Hello everyone, thanks for hopping on. Just to do a little clip video here, for new therapists as well, setting up in private practice. To answer a question that what if a client, um, so what if someone contacts you? So you've set up your practice, you have your business email going, you probably have a website, and someone contacts you, but they're asking you to make an appointment for their significant daughter or someone else in the family. If it's not a minor, you kind of really need to be aware of, the agency of the person that the appointment is being made for. Have they requested this? Because what you can find is that people can be well-meaning, and I certainly came across this in my previous career, where someone had demand they want an ambulance, and you have to take them to hospital because the person who called the ambulance demands that they go, and this can be quite overpowering. And it's kind of followed me here, I've noticed as well, when you're in private practice. Not so much when you're in different organisations, I think, because it's filtered through the bodies that administer in like whatever organisations you work for when you're doing therapy. But in private practice, you are it, you're the person that they meet the first time. And it's worth just keeping in mind that, first of all, that I wouldn't anyway. I wouldn't make an appointment for somebody on their behalf, and that's only from experience. It started that I would have originally make an appointment, and then you meet someone who walks in your room and they don't want to be there, and it becomes a really difficult session because it's almost like you're conspiring with their partner, their significant other, to force therapy on them, which they never agreed to, but they're kind of been bullied into it, forced into it, coerced in some way into it, and you now are complicit in this whole thing. Whereas we don't really want to take sides when it comes to therapy. We're not meant to. So if someone was to contact you with the thing of saying, I want to make an appointment for blah blah blah, and they're available on this day, I just very gently reply now to say, oh, listen, thanks very much. Yeah, I can support you with this. Just get such and such to contact me themselves, and I'll organise. I offer a free online get to know me, and I will talk about that in a further video, the reason and the logical reason behind this. But I'd say to them, I'll offer you a free get to know me session, just to make sure that we're a good match, because when we might not match with everyone, and it could be quite difficult, especially if someone doesn't want therapy, and at least they can have the talk outside of the room. They can talk to each other about this, that the partner having the session made for them will turn around and say, I actually don't want therapy. This now forces a conversation that should have happened before the initial contact was. Now, some people are genuinely, they might be busy, they might ask the partner, would you make that appointment for me and I'll go to it. They might be completely innocent. But the thing I'm saying is that there are times it won't be innocent, and then you don't want to be complicit in that plan. Almost the therapist told me, that kind of way. Especially if you're dealing with someone, and I'm not saying this happens, but if you are dealing with someone who is narcissistic, and they now feel that they're getting a therapist to bully their significant other into doing complying with their rules and their wishes. So yeah, I would actually say just to have the meeting with the individual, and 90%, these people don't generally come back. If you've put it this way, they'll kind of go fine. They have the conversation out of earshot. You don't know what's happening, but they've never come back to me after this. So it saves me a lot of stress and a lot of thing. And I know when you're starting off in private practice and you're starting off, you might be really keen to get as many clients as you can, but it's really important to protect yourself, and more important actually to protect the client, because if you go and you then seen as complicit, it could be quite harmful for that person then when they decide that they're ready and they want to go for therapy, that they just decide they don't want to because the last experience of therapy was that their therapist had colluded with their partner. So it's just worth bearing in mind. Anyway, I hope it's helpful, as I'm going to do a few videos coming on detailing little things that I've learned along the way, and pitfalls I've fallen into and dragged myself out of and learned from, and they can be very, very helpful, and I hope they do help you. If you have any questions or comments, please do make them below or contact me by email. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.